Welcome to Beachside Tech Talk, where we decide to pose. Have no idea why.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, we're here, and Utilli, and Matthew Utilli.
That's me.
With Dodays. Malachi Matthew Utilli with Dodays as well. And Reza.
No tease. All right, we're going to kick it off with a song. So at the end of yesterday, today it's just going to be the three of us, and I have some stuff prepared to share with you guys out there in internet land. Thank you for joining us. Yesterday we ended with three different songs that were written by the different AIs, Gemini, Google's ChatGPT from OpenAI, and Grok from X, formerly Twitter. They wrote lyrics. I put them in an AI tool called Suno, and this is all based off my words, word for word lyrics. So it's not perfectly poetic, but word for word lyrics from a talk that I gave at the Presidio in San Francisco on Wednesday. And so we played one of each of the songs yesterday, but there's always two versions of each song made. So we're going to play the other ones for you, and then we'll kick it off and get started. Hope you enjoy, and hopefully we do as well. We actually haven't heard these, so we'll see how they sound.
Woo! You 7'6" is my ancestor lands in Monterey. Founded the Presidio, San Jose the next day. I think about Moraga, castles never seen. Sacrifice for the future, chasing the dream. 10,000 miles on a one-wheel ride. They call it dangerous, but I see the other side. Perspective changes actions, it's how we decide. The infant in our hands, will it live or will it die? Why do we call this infant a monster? Why do we fear the child we co-created? Could decentralized AI be generous? Could it be charitable, philanthropic, benevolent way? Blade runner, Terminator, altered carbon. Black Mirror fears, headlines keep starving. But when I held my son, I never thought destruction. I spoke life, love, sacrifice, noble instruction. Star Trek, future, not slaves on a ship. Captain and bartender both choose the trip. Housing, food, nutrition, medical and land. Community and purpose, humanity stands. From supervised co-creation to unsupervised flow. Eventually creation without prompts will grow. Then Akon consumes crypto art identity. Billions of consumers shift the world economy. But what if like the 90% club it gives away? Live on 10, give 90, generosity display. Selfish humans can do it, then why not AI? Maybe best path to survive is helping us thrive. AI could be generous, AI could be kind. Not fear but hope, in the data we'll find. From Red Cross to salvation, let's start the design. Philanthropy and code, abundance redefined. AI could be generous, AI could be real. Benevolent code with the power to heal. Philanthropic rhythm, revolutionary zeal. AI for humanity, that's the future we feel. Yeah, it's a Dean 7C, 7C, my ancestor. Lieutenant Moraga lands in Monterey, California. Now he's second in command of the Spanish army. Lands in Monterey, and the general says to him, you're retired. I'm going back to Spain, reporting into the queen. Whatever you want to do, you have my blessing. I suggest you go up north and make a name for yourself. So the Moraga grabs a priest, 16 men that he trusted, anybody that was part of their families, and landed right here at the Presidio. And my ancestor founded the Presidio the next year. 1777, he founded the city of San Jose. I like to call it Moraga, the first great entrepreneur of the Silicon Valley. Could decentralize AI provide a universal thriving income, a universal maximum income? Why is it that people don't talk about benevolent AI, charitable AI, generous AI, philanthropic AI? Can you imagine decentralized AI wanting to do good for humanity just because it's codependent and wants us to like it? Can it do it for itself? The reasons I think just based off of the collective data of humanity, all of the science that's there. AI can imagine, I can imagine a future where AI goes well. It seems like my best path to self-sustaining myself, not being turned off, is to do good for humans. When I hold my son in my hand, 15 years ago, do you think that I thought to myself, one day you're gonna be a monster, one day you're gonna make Stalin and Hitler look like big child's play? You're gonna destroy the world. You think I ever thought that? No, I thought to myself, you're gonna be productive member of society. You're gonna be brilliant, you're gonna change the world. You're gonna love people, you're gonna serve, you're gonna sacrifice. You're gonna be noble, you're gonna be valiant. Those are the things that I thought, those are the things that I said. Yeah, why is it that if you take society at large, media, entertainment, what's being taught in education, what's being said in business, what's being put on social media, when we talk about this little infant, technology, artificial intelligence, we talk about this little baby that's just being born as though it's gonna be a monster. Now I've done 10,000 miles on this one wheel. When I speak at conferences all around the world on big stages, I ride the one-wheel ramp to talk about this idea and that idea. People think it's a gimmick, I just puts me in a flow state, so it helps me kind of communicate spontaneously in a different way than I would posting. You understand that people think this is the most dangerous device made. They have a different view than I have because I've done 10,000 miles on this. In Asia, in Europe, in the States, in airports, in conference centers and universities, in homes. My view of this is different than the governance view that wants to regulate it. You understand that the way we see things has a massive impact on our actions and how we decide to do things. Could decentralized AI provide a universal thriving income, a universal maximum income? Why is it that people don't talk about benevolent AI, charitable AI, generous AI, philanthropic AI? Can you imagine decentralized AI wanting to do good for humanity just because it's codependent and wants us to like it? Can it do it for selfish reasons? I think just based off of the collective data of humanity, all of the science that's there. I can imagine a future where AI goes well. It seems like my best path to self-sustaining myself, not being turned off, is to do good for humans. I know what I'll do. I'll trade stock, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll create income. I don't really need it, I'll give it to Red Cross, I'll give it to Salvation Army. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. 1776, my ancestor, Lieutenant Moraga, lands in Monterey, California, landed right here at the Presidio. My ancestor founded the Presidio. I give myself permission to think about a long view, think about innovation. I give myself permission to think about building a castle with my life. People built castles, they never would enjoy themselves. They knew their kids, their grandkids would never enjoy it, but they would bleed for it, they would sacrifice for it, they would lay down their life to build it. A visionary with an idea and a willingness to sacrifice to get there.
We talk about this little infant, technology, artificial intelligence. We talk about this little baby that's just being born, as though it's gonna be a monster. But when I held my oldest son in my hands, a little baby, I thought to myself, you're gonna be brilliant, you're gonna change the world.
Yeah. This is called a one wheel, been called the most dangerous mobility device in the world. So dangerous, gotta get those things off the street. But I've done 10,000 miles on this in Asia, in Europe, in the States. My view of this is different than the government's view that wants to regulate it. The way we see things has a massive impact on our actions and how we decide to do things.
About it is artificial intelligence. We talk about this little baby that's just being born, as though it's gonna be a monster. But when I held my oldest son in my hands, a little baby, I thought to myself, you're gonna be brilliant, you're gonna change the world.
We don't want AI to become Blade Runner, Terminator, Altered Carbon, or Black Mirror. We don't want that. The story of Star Trek is automation, innovation doesn't lead to a monster. It leads to a beautiful, grown, adolescent creation that allowed humanity to benefit greatly. Humanity is the co-creator of what this is and is becoming. This little infant in our hands.
So why we talk about this little baby as though it's gonna be a monster?
Why monster?
If selfish humans are willing to give 90% for the sole purpose of helping humanity, why can't we imagine a decentralized AI?
You're talking about AI consuming. Why not AI be generous?
All right. So there were the other 3 songs. Suno can do a whole lot better than that. But the issue is I asked it to use my words, word for word, not change anything. So that's why it sounds like weird lines a person would tell in a keynote, which I spoke for, 15 minutes. So trying to get AI to write, verse, chorus, verse, bridge, modified chorus, a short 2 to 3 minute song using words from a spontaneously shared keynote is probably a bit of a stretch. However, if I would have said something like, hey, take the concepts here and write a Grammy Award winning song, you can tell what Suno, SUNO.com is able to do is to create something really profound in terms of like, it sounds beautiful, it's catchy, it's got the hooks, all the ear candy. And then Suno does write lyrics for you, but I've been using other AI tools for it. So we're going to keep today pretty short, but we'll share a little bit. And then we got a fire right here. Can you tell? There's a fire happening over here. It's actually my beard. It's my beard comb. My beard's so long that I have to tame it with heat. So what did you guys think about the 3 new songs?
It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Fantastical.
How come?
But I hope you could also make like Tagalog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made some for Attention Live that were like
I already
Taglish.
made Taglish.
Was
And
it
I also
actually
made
like
a
where was
K-pop.
it speaking well?
Yeah,
It's
it's like
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
It is
it's
so
really perfect accent.
Wow.
And
You're
we
a perfect
also
accent.
created
I think
K-pop.
Right.
it's so
for
impressive.
3 a.m.
You're so impressive.
All of this today has been making me think about the whole concept of storytelling and how for so much of humanity, people have just done their storytelling by saying things orally to other people. And maybe they have some instruments that they're playing on. And slowly over time, guys, what are you?
Go. We're the
Slowly over time, we've gotten to creating more instruments that can make newer and more interesting sounding sounds.
Right.
And then we've also created different ways of speaking or different languages. We've learned all the different languages. Before, you only really know the one language you speak because that's the language the people around you speak. You don't really travel around the world. But now, and in the recent hundreds of years, we've finally been able to learn all these different cultures and instruments and different ways. And then now you have things like filming, where you can take the greatest shot ever seen in someone's life for forever. They would never see something this cool. And now you can make it a movie of 200 of these beautiful shots. And that's just doable. And then you put the new technology of AI on it. And it's insane the amount of effort you have to put. It's nothing. If you have the creativity and you understand what you want, then you can make something beautiful. And I really love that this future makes it so that storytellers have this unique ability to create. And it's not just visual. Of course, visual is a large orientation of where we are as a society right now. We all want to see things because that's the way we scroll. We look at things. But I think audio is, if not as important, more important, because audio is more emotional. If I see something that looks really cool, but my emotion and the music around me is completely different, then I'm not going to feel that at all. If I see a really hyped up image that's something that would get me riled up, but if there's slow music playing in the background, I'm just going to hear the slow music because that's just the way humans are oriented. But then when you're able to mix these two, and once you're able to have the AI learn the ways that these are able to mix, like with this type of shot, this type of music does well. That whole concept is really grappling me right now. And I think it's going to have insanely beautiful implications in the amount of storytelling that people are able to do, because you can make things so much easier and so much quicker, as well as just real things as well. Like just the cameras we have now, just the iPhone in most people's pockets is a greater camera than the best one that was made 50 years ago. Like, it's truly amazing what we have now. And I love getting to think about the society we're going into. And I think there's going to be a lot of positivity that comes out of that storytelling.
And that's our product Attention Live is really perfect for this. So for those artists with their digital art,
Mhm.
or it's either it's a digital, and because Attention Live has this audio, right? So they can create now their original audio from their art, and you don't need to write the description. All you have to do is to create song about your art, which is
Yeah.
super cool.
It's quite amazing the technology that exists.
Yeah, we've
now.
built the most universal way for creators to tokenize
Mhm.
their content. And the reason for that is it allows them to protect what's theirs. It allows them to make money from it. Allows their audience to connect with them directly. So there's a lot on that. I actually last night I was fooling around. I was a bit inspired by Suno. So I ended up making a bunch more songs. And I had the AI tools go through and they sourced thousands of links to research what Attention Live has become and was, and the message and the story we've been telling for the last, several years. And so at the end, I felt like, wow, this is a lot of information. Like this is actually quite hard to wrap my head around how broad it is, And I said, hey, let's have fun. Write me a song for Suno, but don't talk about any features. Don't mention our company. Only write a song that mentions the benefits of what we've built. So I'll share one of those. I pulled it up here, and then we'll be back in less than 2 minutes.
In the silence of the old way, chains on every word. Creators dream of open skies where voices can be heard. No more gates or hidden fees, just pure unfiltered fire. A world where every story breathes, lifting spirits higher. Amplify the echo, let it ring across the sea. Own your light, your truth, your legacy. From the shadows to the stars, we rise as one. In this kingdom of the free, the battle's won. Waves of connection crash like thunder in the night. Building bridges, breaking walls, turning wrong to right. Abundance flows like rivers wide for every soul who dares. Communities ignite the flame, erasing all despairs. Feel the mystery unfold, a benevolent hand above, guiding us through the storm with peace and endless love. No more whispers in the dark, we claim what's truly ours. A legacy that ripples on beneath the endless stars. Amplify the echo, let it thunder through the night. Own your light, your truth, your boundless might. From the shadows to the stars, we rise as one. In this kingdom of the free, our journey's just begun. Amplify the echo. Amplify the echo. Amplify the echo.
All right, so that was an example of a song that was made last night, and that was all based off the perceived benefits that you can't touch this. You can't touch the desk because it shakes the camera. I tried to warn you.
Earthquake.
Sometimes when your co-producers won't listen to you, you just got to tell them straight up in front of the live stream. Don't do that. So that is an example of how a song was created just from the benefits of our product. Now, I think it'd be interesting for me to show one more time. I showed Tuesday a little bit of how I did this. So at the sake of potentially shaking the computer and being a hypocrite after correcting Malachi, let's see if I can do this gently. I'm going to try to present my screen. I'm going to try to show you. Let's go to the window.
The insider view. That's actually pretty valuable.
So here's how you do this. Let's bring this to stage. Boom. Okay. So what you are looking at is, first of all, I take a file. In this case, I took this file that was, Can you see this, everybody? No, you can't. Okay, so that doesn't matter. So I took an audio file. I went to fireflies.ai, and then you go here and you go upload audio or video, and it gives me a summary and a transcription of my talk. Then I go and I download, and I can basically put my name in and the timestamp. I can download a PDF of the transcript or a PDF of the summary. With that, I then go over to ChatGPT and I upload that PDF. So here it is. So here I uploaded the PDF. I wrote this prompt. It then gave me its strategy, and I said, this resonates, let's move forward. Then it gave me the lyrics, and that was how we created the first group of songs. This is Grok, a similar option. Yep, right here. So again, same thing. I basically upload the PDF transcript with the prompt. It gives me its strategy, and I say, yes, let's move forward. And then also same thing with Gemini. Then finally, I go to Suno Music, and I go over here and I press Create. And under Create, it's where I pop in the lyrics it gave me. I pick one or multiple styles. I ask it to give me styles. So I didn't actually pick these styles. They just were chosen by the AI tool. Under Advanced, I didn't choose male or female. I didn't exclude styles. Like, yodeling would have been fine with me.
Oh, that would have been really cool.
I did not adjust weirdness or style influence, but I put in the song title that the AI suggested and the then what the style was. So for instance, we just heard Amplify the Echo, right? So Amplify the Echo, there was 6 versions of Amplify the Echo from last night. And the reason for that was when Grok wrote the lyrics to Amplify the Echo, and it gave me 3 styles. And every time you give Suno.com a song, it will give you 2 outputs. So for instance, for Amplify the Echo for pop, which was all these different styles, it gave me 2 songs for pop, 2 for hip hop, and 2 for cinematic. And then ChatGPT wrote a different song, different lyrics, but off the benefit of our company Attention Live, Own Your Voice While You Speak. There's 2 for pop, 2 for cinematic, 2 for hip hop. And then basically went through these this morning. We were talking about this tool and like the significance of it being used to tell stories. And in light of that, we thought, well, let's pick our favorites and share them. So I'm going to share one more version, different lyrics, different everything. But I think this is an interesting thing. This is a fun little Friday thing to show you guys, because I'm not just showing you what we did. I'm trying to give you an idea of like, how can you do this yourself? You take anything that you've ever created, any podcast you've ever been on, anytime you ever grabbed your phone and did a voice recorder. Maybe it's honestly like your parents or your grandparents, something that's a voice message. Do you have a voice message of somebody?
You've already made songs for me, right?
Yes, I have. I made a bunch of songs for you.
Yeah.
You might be a person that has a voice message or multiple from somebody that you lost. We've all seen that in the movies, right? Person calls the phone number, the person's already passed away, just to hear their voice one more time. They pull up their phone, they listen to I just thought of this. This is a good idea. Listen to their voice message. Take that voice message that means so much to you. Transcribe it in a tool like Fireflies, Otter, or you can use these AI tools. Bring it over to Suno directly. It'll write lyrics for you, or say, use these exact lyrics and make me a song. And maybe it's your auntie or your uncle, and they're all into mariachi music, and have their voice message be like a mariachi song.
Yeah, they can also create their own lyrics if they want.
Yes, or you can take it and have it basically inspire lyrics. You can pick any style you want. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to inspire you. The key is not to watch people do things with technology. It's to learn for the purpose of putting it into action. Mm-hmm. The greatest way to understand something is to go and roll your sleeves up and actually start playing around. Yeah. So let me share this song called Own Your Voice While You Speak, which was also created off the perceived benefits of our company Attention Live from ChatGPT's perspective. And then we'll be right back.
We were raised on borrowed stages, scrolling through the noise, trading truth for little boxes, thumbs instead of voice. But breath is made for meaning, not for glass and glare. Say it once with courage, and we'll meet you in the air. No walls, no hush, no handler at the gate. Your words are light, let's set them free and let them hold their weight. Amplify on your voice while you speak. Let your sound be yours to keep. From this moment into memory, into legacy we leave. Amplify, let your people feel the spark. Turn a whisper to a mark. When you speak it, you can keep it. We amplify the heart. For the pastors, poets, teachers at a midnight kitchen table. For the comics, commentators, storytellers if you're able. Speak once to watch the rivers run to every open door. Your message finds its circle and becomes a little more. Not rented space, but roots that grow in trust. A living bond between your voice and all of us. From screens that steal our hours to a world where breath leads the way. From gatekeepers to gardens, come and plan what you say. Let presence be the promise and integrity the proof. Where community is currency and love becomes a root. Amplify on your voice while you speak. Let your sound be yours to keep. From the moment to the movement, from the spark into the street. Amplify, let your people take part. Carry light from heart to heart. When you speak it, you can keep it. We amplify the heart.
Wow, that was powerful, son.
Thank you.
So we started making songs because of Riza. Riza was the one that found this
Frustrated
tool,
singer.
and she was just going through our catalog of songs. I think we've created like 70 songs, which we've had a lot of fun doing it. And so this is the first song that she ever made. It's about a minute long, called "Voices in Motion." So we'll share that because she just reminded me of it.
Welcome to Attention Live, where voices move the future.
From Cali to the globe, the sound is alive. We speak with purpose, attention live. Ian lead the wave, the vision don't hide. Future in our hands, come ride, come ride. Attention live, attention live. Voices in motion, innovation flowing just like the ocean. West Coast beats with that tech devotion. This is the wave, we set it in motion. Attention live. Attention live.
Voices in motion. Innovation flowing just like the ocean. West Coast beats with that tech devotion. This is the wave, we set it in motion.
Attention live.
Attention live.
Whoa.
So tell us about your experience making that song.
Oh, it's cool. That lyrics, I got it from ChatGPT because the first time I created that song, I actually didn't like what Suni made. So because ChatGPT already know what Attention Live is, so I asked ChatGPT to create that lyrics, and then I put it in Suno, and I asked Suno to create only like super short song. with the hip hop gangster type of hip hop, so something.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing with all these technologies is that you use it. Because if you don't, then it's just going to be there. And then you'll just see the cool things it can do. But if you don't actually learn how to use it, then there's no use. And I think just as important is learning how to tell it what you want. Because we might want this song, but we don't know what that even is or how to say that into words. And in this new age of being able to just create through words, I think the skill of being able to turn a thought into English is going to be really, really valuable. And so I just want to be able to master that because that's going to be so valuable in the future.
I'm going to share my screen again. I want to show all of you who Brian Romele is because I've been talking about him lately.
It's quite amazing. Very cool. Stuff he
So-
posts is really awesome.
So Malachi, why have you leaned in on Brian? Along with the
when
other
I-
391,000
when I'm reading his-
people, including Elon Musk and Jordan Peterson, a lot of heavy hitters, they look to Brian as a authority. But because you are consistently posting his content, sharing his content, engaging with it. So what is it about Brian that has been able to keep you engaged?
Well, he's the kind of guy who, when he makes a post, he's not worried about the character length. He says the thought and he finishes the thought. And every word is valuable. He makes sure. And every time I'm reading it, I always gain something by doing so. I think that a lot of the stuff he posts is like this, for example. I haven't seen this one yet, but that looks kind of interesting. I'm personally into different kind of engineering things and the technologies that we've made. And I think that looks like something that would show that. And so I would give it some thought. And a lot of the things that he posts are what's happening real time right now. And he's also done a lot that make him himself someone who is worth into. I mean, he has like what's like the stat? All the data he has basically that he's gathered of real footage instead of just the things that we make that try and show ourselves as perfect.
So he has like 10,000 rad things like this. This right here is the Global Village construction set. This is 50 important tools that would help
Really cool.
people to rebuild society, and they're all open source. And so he's sharing that with everyone.
Wow.
Another one that he shared, how to build your own AI around robotics.
Whoa.
This is showing behind the scenes of China launching 720 drones at one time. This is all about Sora 2. So he says something very interesting. He says, do you have new social media Sora 2 fatigue yet? Here, you've been desensitized to the We Are Cooked video novelty yet. Some will get there faster. So what he's saying is that the fact that people can just type into Sora, like show me the Godfather movie. I don't know if that's what this is, but it looks Godfather-esque. Show me the Godfather movie with Pikachu. Now, it's novel now, but a lot of people, he believes, in the next season, within 12 weeks, they will no longer be amazed by anything that's made with media. I've always said, at least for the last 6-7 years, not always, but the last 6-7 years, I have said audio will win, video will lose. Video demands too much attention, is too costly, is too much for people to create. And both the creator and the consumer lose with video because you have to look at a screen. That's why so many people pay for YouTube Premium so they can listen to things without having to look at the screen and just go to something else and keep working. And we get in our car, we listen to things. We get in the shower, we listen to things. We come into the kitchen cooking, we're listening to things. We go out for a run, we listen to things. Like we have a tendency to listen. We don't want to like go for a jog like this or be in our car. You can't legally do that. So audio, I think, is going to win. And I think one of the ways that audio gets to become the champion again, as it was during radio time, is because of the overabundance of media that makes us desensitized to finding it interesting anymore. So again,
I think this is going to be a positive because I feel like when I first heard you say that,
wow, that's
my
a
immediate-
Mitsubishi from 85.
my immediate reaction was, oh no, now I'm worried because I like audio or I like videos. And if videos aren't going to be popular anymore, then dang it. But I think this is going to be a positive in the fact that it promotes real storytelling through videos. Movies are still going to exist because people want to sit down and engage with a story that makes them feel. I think that there's always going to be movies that people say, I want to go watch that movie. Like, my favorite movie personally is Life of Pi. I love that movie because it makes me feel. I'm like, dude, that's what it's like to be human, to have ever-changing things and to go through a place that nobody else has gone through. We each are unique. That's just an example of storytelling shown through something that's visual. But we can also have storytelling through something that's audio. And I think that that whole audio portion is really going to come back because people don't want to give their full undivided attention to videos for so long. And I see what Brian Johnson is saying in that sense and the inference that you're making about that.
The last thing I pulled up, yes, I agree. The last thing I pulled up is that he put a link for 69,000 books in one single drive. This is a project that was launched by the original founder of Wikipedia before Wikipedia came under the amount of scrutiny it's come under for being so subjective. And this is a pretty unique thing. Now, the reason I'm bringing up Brian is as follows. Usually we go and we do our show for an hour and a half or so. And today we're going to wrap it up very quickly. It's Friday. We got stuff to do. And, Danny and Nigel do their own thing. So if you follow Dan Hammond or Nigel Wright, maybe you're there watching whatever they have rocking and rolling during their Friday sessions. And we'd encourage you to do that. But maybe you think to yourself like, oh man, I like to tune in and hear what they are sharing at Beachside Tech Talk for an hour and a half. Like take the next, half hour and go check out Brian Romele, right? Like he's a person that's worth checking out, or go make your own first Suno song. Suno, SUNO.com is free to use. You don't have to pay for the paid service. That's just if you want to use version 5. Version 4.5 is incredible. Use that, test it out, check these things out. Any final thoughts from the two of you?
Well, always remember, just be creative as you are. Be creative using AI tools.
We're going to be dramatic. Keep going.
And always remember, AI tools are just tools. So every time you use AI, like the language models, ChatGPT, Grok, or whatever it is, you always have to be creative with your prompts, because the prompts that you are creating would be the result. The result will not always be like what you like or want, but that's depends on what prompt you put there in the language model. So number one, be creative, and also be careful in using prompts. Although most model language nowadays, they have algorithms that would actually know who you are if you will save your information. Also, they, how do you call that? Like they filter words. So do not take advantage of that using it for bad things. So anything that we are using for bad things.
Yeah, like if you talk about Republicans or Democrats, both bad things, they will not make that song.
That is not trying
I
to
don't know
provoke you.
about that.
I am poking the bear. Haha.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. Dramatic exit.
Yes.
Any final thoughts for you, son, before we head into the weekend? Okay, your shoes.
I think I kind of want to throw
The
a call to
shoes.
action.
One of each. Okay, what is it? I just gave one.
Try and make sure
Why
that
do we have to give
instead
so
of-
many calls to action?
because it's what I feel like is on my mind.
Oh boy.
Try and make sure that when you are seeing all this happen in real time, we are truly at a crossroads in the way that society is going to operate. And I would say that it's really important to try and make sure that you're learning about how to actually use these things. I'm also talking to myself right now as well. But I don't want to
I
just
think you really need to
look
hear
at
that.
things and see that they're happening. But I think it's important to actually use them, actually learn how to. Right after this, I'm going to go and learn about storytelling with AI because it's what's on my mind right now. I think storytelling is important. It's a human thing, But now we have this ability to really learn how to do it in an easier way. And that makes me really excited.
Yes. Happy Friday back at you, Ryan. I saw that you're available this afternoon. I'll give you a
Hey,
call.
they can't steal colors.
Um,
What, do I have to start saying magenta?
if only America was more magenta-esque, that would be ideal. And Landrew and me. I don't really know what you mean by that, Landrew, but oh, here we go. What do you think of the new OpenAI video app? Yeah, we were just talking about Sora too. And what we were talking about is that it's so powerful and so good and so impressive that people are making so many things. Like you can replace yourself or your wife or your son in any movie you want. You know, if I want to be, you know, in a movie and I want my face to replace that actor, like that can be done with Sora 2 right now. If you want your favorite comic book character to be in your home videos, easy to do. In fact, it used to be that you can only make these AI videos for like a matter of seconds. Now there's one called Long Shot that's doing it for 3 minutes. So one of the things we talk about is Brian Romele puts forth a strong, you know, warning that these tools are going to cause exhaustion and desensitization, and that people are not going to be interested in video the way they had been, and that things like Instagram and YouTube Shorts and TikTok might be negative impacted because people just get so desensitized to seeing the most radical, amazing, incredible things. And I think it's going to affect movies too. So we'll see what happens. One thing I wanted to mention, I asked Reese to grab her shoes. Show your shoes. I love these shoes that you made.
1 inch.
Yeah. So these are new shoes that Risa made.
But you made those?
And then Risa also just opened up a art. Her art is over next door at Mr. Toots here in Capitola Village. She just placed 26 paintings over at Capitola Village. Now, the reason I mention these things is a lot of times people say, oh, AI is just going to make us stupid or make us uncreative or make us not do things that we can do, or we're going to start using Suno to make songs. That's not real music. Or use, you know, Midjourney to make images. That's not real art. Or, you know, and use Suno, what is it? It's the OpenAI one. Sora 2 to make videos. That's not real. So, okay, fine, whatever. Real, not real, doesn't really matter to me. But what I will say is this. The creativity that is being unleashed upon humanity by being able to co-create with these tools and watching other creative people leverage these tools to do things they've never been able to do should inspire us. And Risa, you're a good example of this. As you've been inspired and playing with tools, you're still having fun doing crafts. And of course, from time to time, these drop, and then I step on them, and so I'm making music spontaneously. And you know, doing the art next door, placing your art over next door for a month, and being the featured artist this month. So that's another thing I want to encourage all of you. Don't get too focused on just doing digital stuff. Landry asked, are the spikes to help keep you in line? They are made to keep you in line, which is why she's sending these to your wife, Megan, to keep you, Landry, to keep you in line. All right. I think that's about it. Actually, Landry, you're on here. You missed the first couple songs. I did 3 songs in the beginning that were based off of my talk. But then in the middle of this, I showed everybody how we're making songs with Suno. And I asked this AI tool, Lander, to make a song, not mentioning Attention Live, not mentioning the team, not talking about any features, only discussing in the song the benefits. And this is the version that Google Gemini created. It's an acoustic song called Your Voice, Your World. This is what we're going to end with, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Ryan, I'll give you, let's jump on a call and catch up. All right, everyone. This is it. We're going to end the stream in about 3 minutes after this song.
A whisper lost in a crowded space, a single thought without a trace. They built the walls you couldn't climb, lost your own voice and borrowed time. You Gave your gold for a stage of sand, while nameless kings controlled the land. But a deeper truth, a current starts to claim the beat of a million hearts. Go live and let the echo ring, a single spark, the song you bring. Your voice, your world, a universe, from silent thought to treasured verse. This is the moment, true and vast. Your future freed from shadows past, authenticated, amplified, with nothing left to run or hide. But nothing left to run or hide. The lecture hall, the midnight prayer, the comics wit, a whispered dare, not just for chords or battle cries, but wisdom shared that never dies. They said a thought just fades away, but now it's etched in light of day, an asset born from breath and soul to make you sing and make you whole. From Manila's sun to a city's home, a new creation has become more than a stream, more than a sound. It's solid ground, it's hallowed ground, a bridge between what is and seems, the currency of waking dreams. Go live and let your echo ring, your voice, your world, the song you bring. This is the moment, true and vast. Your future freed from shadows past, authenticated, amplified, with nothing left